Hey guys, it's Leesh, and welcome to another episode of Car Confessions. Guys, it is Wednesday, January 7th, 2026. I can't even believe it. Like, what? How are we already 7 days into this year? And it feels like, I don't even know what it feels like. It just feels so all over the place. Literally. I just feel like we are just hanging by a thread. Um, and just doing the best we can at the same time, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's that I'm at a loss for words. No, not at a loss for words. I am just completely overwhelmed. And at the same time, it's like, of course, this is happening here in America. This is on the heels of the shooting and killing of the woman in, is it Milwaukee? I think it was in Milwaukee in Minnesota. ICE agents um, shot and killed this woman, murdered her. And of course, they've got to do other investigating and whatever else that means. But I think I'm just now at a point, it's like, take a look at what's going on in this country. Like, really look at it and see that the people that have been deemed the bad people in this country are far from that. Black people, immigrants, people of color in the general sense, right? I mean, because whatever. Trans people, the LGBTQ community, Muslims. I mean, the list could go on and on and on because white supremacy has exhausted the list of people that are against them. And so many people have been brainwashed into thinking that everything that's happening is justifiable, when in fact it is the complete opposite. And I was sharing in a TikTok video. I was watching this woman. She posted a TikTok about this whole scenario and how she's ex-MAGA. And she's just so upset. And, she feels terrible about her prior stance as a MAGA cult leader, or follower, not leader, but follower, rather. And how she succumbed to this mindset. And I'm sure there are many more people who are also in her position. And I'm sure there are people who are still, hardcore into this whole MAGA cult nonsense, right? And it's just wild to me that people are now, I guess I'm gonna say, waking up to humanity. And it's like I want to really believe that these people are sincere. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at this woman, and she's a woman, like she's not like some, late teen into her early 20s. She looks like she's a cool 40 something years old. Maybe she's younger. I don't know. Sometimes you just never know with certain people, particularly white folks, if their age is what it is. They might be younger than what they appear. But I don't think so. But regardless of that, age distinction, she is an adult. And many other adults, like I said, that have now confessed to the wrong doing and the mindsets that have created these monsters, because that's who they are. They're monsters among us, that think, feel, and believe that it's justifiable to shoot and kill someone. It's justifiable to treat people of color any old kind of way. And now you've seen the light for whatever reason, right? And everyone has their reasons. Everyone has their breaking point where it's like, okay, you know what? This is not cool. But we're talking about people's lives, people who have families. I don't know anything about this woman that was murdered in Minnesota, but assuming she has children, she has a husband, she might have a wife. I don't know. Who knows? But she has family. She has somebody that loves her. I wouldn't doubt it. And regardless if she did or didn't, she's still a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what's so, like, it's crazy to think that we have to sit here and argue humanity to folks who claim that they're the most human people on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it goes beyond my comprehension that we have allowed. And seriously, at this point, it is humanity that has allowed this chicanery to go on for so long, to some degree, right? We can kind of like debate that, right? But nevertheless, it's just like, what, guys? And I will say for myself, when I was younger, because propaganda is a motherfucker. Because of all the propaganda and all the lies that were told, even though I grew up, I'm black. I mean, hello. Grew up around black people, the whole kit and caboodle. You still had a sense of like, oh my gosh, I'm a bad person. Or, that black man. Meanwhile, I'm black. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, girl? And then you wake up and you realize you have people who have been plotting on your destruction your entire life, telling you who the enemy is. Make it make sense. And once I started realizing that and opening my eyes up and educating myself on those things, the majority of the things that I know or that I knew or that I was told was true, I was like, this is all made up. These are all lies to keep us in this loop of oppression where we think we're not oppressed, but we are the oppressed. Americans, I'm praying that more of us start, quote unquote, waking up to this. But it has caused so much damage to people and so much harm in a way that people are dying each and every day. People are being harmed each and every day because of this insane mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we do? I don't know. This is Leesh on Car Confessions. I'm just, whatever. And, it's not something where you're going to change a law that's going to completely uproot this whole system, right? Because these laws have been created by the people that have very well, been for our demise. So, like, how do you even trust that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all so crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. And it's infuriating because it's like for so long, you just thought that you lived in the greatest country in the world and all these things and blah, blah, blah. And you realize that this system that has been created that we know as the United States of America is a total sham. And not only is it a sham, it's a shame. Because the people who have upheld these thoughts and everything are just living their best lives, I'm assuming, right? Things are crazy right now, obviously. And at the same time, it's just like, how much more talking can we do? I don't know. I don't know. For me, my voice is powerful. I feel like I meet the masses in ways that some don't, right? Because everybody's voice works for, everyone has a voice that works for them. That makes sense. And at the same time, it's a thing of like, when do we get out of this loop of fuckery? You know what I'm saying? There's a better way to live and be. There is. You see other countries doing it all the time. They're just living. There's not all this back and forth and yah bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like they live. They take care of their citizens. There's not this, the haves and have not mentalities in some countries. People actually are able to thrive in the country they live in. And if you want to have extra things, you can do that. But the basic things to live, shelter, food, proper education, these things shouldn't be negotiable. I think, make sure I'm saying that correctly. But you know what I'm saying? It is wild. Like, full on wild to me that a lot of the stuff that's happening right now is because we're not able to live and be, and you know what I'm saying? Because of the ridiculous system that we are under. I am blown away each and every day by the nonsense. It's beyond me. Like, it really is. And yep, I know. What's crazy is people blow about craziness, and it's like everybody's gonna get in. Everybody's gonna get in. But that's New York for you. But I hope and pray for the day where we are able to see each other as just human beings, and we understand that we all deserve to live wherever we are. Like, wherever we are, we deserve to live Why is that so hard for people to understand? It's wild to me. Wherever you are, you deserve to live and not be harmed and not be treated like shit and not, constantly questioning, am I going to be harmed? Is my family going to be harmed? Will we die? Because we are on land that people feel like is not ours, and it's not even theirs. It's not even theirs, technically. And the things like land is not anyone's, it's the land. And we're supposed to be, we're supposed to reverence the land and be grateful for the land. I just don't know where that disconnect is among humans, where you feel like you have to control a certain place or situation or whatever. Like, it's just wild to me. And I think that's a thing that is happening right now. America's crumbling. It is what it is. It's hard to like go through this. It's like a birthing process, It's this shit that's happening right now. And it's like a new birth of something. I don't know what it is, but we're going through the labor pains of the ending. Maybe it's not even like a birth. I think eventually there'll be a birthing of something new, obviously. I think right now it's just the destruction of all the old, and it just seems so overwhelming. And the people that have been in power, there it is, Leesh. The people who have been in power for so long are having a hard time grappling with the fact that the shit that used to fly back in the day, it's not flying. And it's hard to, when you're seeing all these things happen, like this woman being shot in Minnesota. And listen, I'm not, minimizing anything that happened, because that shit was ridiculous. It's not even the word. Like, it's just repulsive that this is your mentality, that you think this is the quote unquote quote right thing to do. It's just shoot somebody. Huh? Are you kidding me? But this shit is falling apart. And I've been saying this for a while. If you've been listening to Car Confessions, you know. Like, I've been saying for a long, long time. Like, this whole system needs to crumble, and like, it is literally crumbling right before our very eyes. Like, it's crazy town watching it all happen, and at the same time, it's necessary. It is necessary. What's going to happen in the future? I have no idea. None of us know. But what I do know is this shit, it's got to end. This is not sustainable. We cannot live like this. I just went to the store earlier. I spent about 90 some dollars, almost $100, and it was only technically a bag full of groceries. Now, back in the day, for $90, I could be walking out of there with almost the whole damn store in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, the cost of things out of control. The day to day, just trying to navigate life like everything's normal, out of control. Because shit's not normal. Like, we're just walking around, going to work, this, that, and the other. Like, everything is cool. Meanwhile, dumpster fire here, dumpster fire there, dumpster fire everywhere. And I don't even, for me, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, it's like, this goes even beyond me trying to talk to like a therapist about this, because it's like, this is something that I don't even know a lot of therapists. And listen, I could be wrong. And listen, let me know. You can definitely let Leesh know. Like, Leesh, you're wrong on this. But I don't even know if the therapists are equipped for this shit. Because this is just out of control. This is completely and utterly out of control. And I don't know that there's going to be any type of, you know what I'm saying? This is something we just have to go through. Something we just have to go through. But I always say to myself, when I'm going through something, it's not me staying in it. I'm literally going through it. And so we're going through it, y'all. We're going through it. And at the same time, it's realizing that a lot of things that we're going through will, hopefully, it will be etched in our minds. So we don't have to go through this shit again. Be like, remember? Like, let's not play ourselves again. Thank you. That's the hope. It's the hope for me, at least. I don't know. That's what I hold on to, is that we're going through it, and eventually we'll get beyond it. And it feels like it's like the past 5 years, well, now going on 6, God bless America, but like, it has been rough. It's been really rough. But like I said, we're going through it. I feel like, we just have to hold on to one another and be kind, guys. Like, freaking just be kind. Like, what does it hurt to be kind? Because at this point, guys, like us being assholes, we're just fueling the fire that's already happening around us. You know, I just encourage you guys, be kind. Be kind. It doesn't cost anything. It really doesn't. So yeah, that's me today. That is me today. I am just trying to do my best each and every day. And I hope that's what you're doing, is doing your best each and every day to be a better human on this planet and to resist the bullshit that's happening in this country and on a global scale as well. And there's so many things I could have talked about. Could have talked about Maduro. Could have talked about, just Venezuela in general. Could have talked about these damn Epstein files. But it's like, you know what? All those things is smoke and mirrors to keep us caught up in the drama and the saga and not really paying attention to what, we really need to be focusing on, which is that we need to, basically resist all this nonsense, see each other as human, and fight for humanity. Fight for humanity. Not all this, oh my God, did you hear about this? Oh, did you hear that this was in the files? Who gives a shit? Listen, every politician from I don't know how long, but it's been years. A lot of these politicians, I'm thinking like maybe like Bush, the Bushes, Obama, Clinton, who else? Biden. All these assholes knew about these damn files. They knew what was going on. They had access to this information. So it's not like red versus blue, all that. These are smoke and mirrors, guys. These are things that keep us distracted. Fight for humanity. Fight for our rights as citizens. That's what we need to be focused on. Not all this other dumb shit. Because here's the thing, if they really wanted to bring justice to these folks that were victimized by Epstein and whoever else, Trump and all these nasty ass people, if they really wanted to do that, they would have did that shit a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? It's great that the information is coming out, but look how it's coming out. Half piecemeal. They got shit quote unquote redacted, and they're saying, if you put it in a certain platform and you can see what they redacted. And I'm just like, are you like, what is happening? Like, this is the craziest shit ever. This is nuts. Y'all, come on. These are games, non-stop games. And also ways to exhaust us. They got you looking here, looking there, up, down, north, south, east, and west. And so you can't focus on one thing. Like I said, the focus, in my opinion, should be us figuring out how to take care of each other. Point blank, period. Enough. And while, it sounds like, oh, so simple, I know it's not. Well, actually, it is. It's just us getting out of our heads and not falling for the propaganda. That's literally it. It's stop falling for all this nonsense that's not true. It's not real. It's just something to keep us distracted and focus on how we're going to take care of one another. Done. All right, guys. Now it is the trek of me trying to find a parking spot. I'm telling you what, I came home a little later than I expected. As you can see, it's dark. And now I had to park down the way. I mean, these are first world problems, let's be serious. But I just didn't want to have to walk that far. But hey, still got parking. And yeah. All right, guys, let me get this here. Gotta back it on up here. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Okay, guys, I made it home. Thank God. It's looking a little rough, even though I don't really believe in 2020, like the new year starting in January. I'm like, how is this a new year? Everything's dead. Like, there's nothing lively about the winter, but I digress. For me, spring is where things start blooming. It's like, oh, new life, new things, new year. Hello. Once again, who am I? I'm trying to slide on this guy. But anyway, all right, guys, let's just hold each other up, do the best we can, take care of each other, be kind. All the things that seem foreign these days. Head on up here, gotta make some soup. My favorite food ever. And I'm making a dumpling, a veggie dumpling soup. There's a lot of like bok choy and carrots and different types of mushrooms and tofu. So tasty. Yeah, things that bring me joy. Food. The Eating Me podcast. Let's be serious. All right, guys. I love you. Like I always say, let's just keep on keeping on. And listen, I will see y'all next week.